Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome, I'm Badruddin Muhammad and you're watching the English news program on Somaliland National Television. These are the main stories making headlines. Somaliland Vice President attended graduation ceremony. Minister of Presidency Hirsi Ali Haji Hassan took part in an event to present road equipment. US welcomes UK Parliament vote. The Vice President of Somaliland, His Excellency Abdurrahman Abdullah Ismail Seli'i, attended a graduation ceremony for Addis Ababa Medical College students in Hargeisa. The President of Addis Ababa Medical University provided the initial remarks at the event. He stated that ever since of the university established, hundreds of students graduated from the university. The university registers thousands of students enrolling for all of its faculties in all different departments that the university comprises. The Director of Justice and Judicial Affairs, speaking on the graduation ceremony, has touched on the importance of education to the development of every nation, where he said that any country developed in every aspect resulted from the efforts they paid to the educational sectors. The Director General also sent a congratulatory message to the graduates, where he urged them to continue their efforts to amplify their educational standard. Ethiopian ambassador was including the keynote speaker present on the occasion, has urged the graduates to further increase their knowledge to take part in the developmental process of the nation. Other keynote speakers present at the event, including officials from the Ministry of Education, that encouraged the students to work hard and increase their initiative efforts to develop their knowledge and skills. Minister of Presidency took part in an event to unveil road construction equipment presented by Somaliland Road Development Agency.
The event was aimed to present forest equipment along with manual documents for developing and designing Somaliland road development. The event had in attendance by many high-profile governmental individuals, including the Minister of Presidency Hirsi Haji Ali Hassan, State Minister of Finance, Manager of Somaliland Road Development Agency, Director of International Organizational Coordinator of Road Development Agency, and many other wide array of distinguished guests. The manager of Road Development Agency, speaking on the occasion, has discussed the first core idea of this meeting, assigned for the presentation of road equipments along with the manual documents to further develop for the road projects being implemented in the country. The manager, speaking at the event, stated the importance of the event to unveil the road equipment and manual documents. He stated that RDA was established to realize the strategic vision developing a standard road network to support socio-economic growth in Somaliland, which he added that it has basically road international standards and the specifications of the design of roads. We did not have these documents before, and we thank the efforts made by International Labour Organization to further work with us on this project. The Director of International Project Coordinator from RDA, Mr. Yassin Ali Adam, is speaking on the occasion, highlighted the significance of the road standard manual equipments presented on the occasion, which he said that the equipment and the manual documents along with it will play a central role in road development programs that is expected to be initiated in the country. State Minister of Finance, who provided a speech at the event, has for the first time expressed his thanks to Somaliland Road Development Agency for their efforts to maintain further develop the roads, and also thanked them for the beautiful way they've organized the event, enlightening about the importance of the road to development of the country. The State Minister, speaking on the occasion, added the roads are the integral part of transport system. A country's road network should be efficient in order to maximize economic and social benefits. They play a significant role in achieving national development and contributing to overall performance and social functioning of the community. It's acknowledged that roads enhance mobility, taking people out of isolation and therefore poverty. The government has popularized this belief by emphasizing that for any economy to develop, transport must start off first, which will later stimulate other sectors to develop in an orderly fashion. The Director General of Ministry of Public, who was among the keynote speakers on the occasion, has discussed about the advantage of road developments. On the conclusion, Minister of Presidency Hirsi Haji Ali Hassan spoke on the occasion. The minister expressed thanks for the efforts of ILO and RDA and said that these equipments and manual documents presented here will provide and maintain national and regional road networks so as to help the people of Somaliland to meet their economic, social and development goals.
Minister of Justice opened a 3-day workshop to discuss prison administrative law. Minister of Justice opened a 3-day workshop to discuss prison administrative law. The workshop was aimed to discuss about the Act of Prison and as well as focusing on mainly the rights for the prisoners. Members comprising its constituencies held for the workshop was including governmental official figures from Somaliland Custodial Corps and judicial members. The workshop is expected to continue a duration of 3 days where those members will learn more about the acts regarding the prisoners held in the country's custodies. The opening event for the workshop had in attendance by high-profile figures from the Ministry of Justice and Judicial Affairs, headed by the Minister of Justice and Judicial Affairs, Hussein Ahmed Aidid, Custodial Corps, members from Hargeisa local municipality, and other wide array of civil members of the society. Director General of the Ministry of Justice spoke at the event and provided the initial speech to enlighten the importance of the workshop. The Director General called for the attendees to utilize this opportunity and take advantage of those acts regarding prisoners during the workshop. The Minister of Justice and Judicial Affairs, Mr. Hussein Ahmed Aidid, who opened the meeting, has discussed about the significance of this meeting for the Judicial Department, pointing out how it's important to learn more about those acts as judicial and other members of Custodial Corps have closer relation. You are still watching the English news program on Somaliland National Television, the only Somali-speaking channel with an English news program. US welcomes UK Parliament vote.
Washington says it's pleased that UK Parliament has voted to approve airstrikes against ISIL insurgents in Iraq. On Friday, British MPs voted for military action by 524 votes to 43 following 7 hours debate. White House spokesman Josh Earnest said the decision showed a strong and growing coalition was forming among America's European allies for retaliatory efforts. We certainly welcome the recent vote that occurred in British Parliament indicating their strong support for the plan that the President has put forward for dealing with threat posed by ISIL, he said. The United States and the United Kingdom have a special relationship, and we are pleased to see the strong support from members of Parliament, from members of the British military working alongside US servicemen and men in pursuit of this goal, Ernest added. Washington began airstrikes on ISIL targets more than a month ago. Earlier, British Prime Minister David Cameron warned that if left unracked, ISIL could be a direct threat to the country. A similar vote last year saw plans to join US military actions against Syria rejected by MPs. That decision was an impressment for Cameron, threatening traditionally close ties across the Atlantic.
Palestinian president speaking at UN General Assembly vows to pursue Israeli leaders for war crimes.
Palestinian leader Mahmoud Abbas has accused Israel of waging a war of genocide in Gaza and vowed to pursue its leaders for war crimes. The latest war in Gaza in July and August, the third war in the Gaza Strip in 6 years killed 2,140 Palestinians, mostly civilian. We will not forget and we will not forgive, and we will not allow war criminals to escape punishment, Abbas said in a speech to the UN General Assembly on Friday. The address angered the United States, which slammed it as offensive, while Israeli Foreign Minister Lieberman accused Abbas of waging diplomatic terrorism and making false accusations. The speech was seen as one of the strongest during the Abbas decade as Palestinian president. Israel has chosen to make it a year of a new war of genocide perpetrated against the Palestinian people, he said. The war in Gaza was a series of absolute war crimes carried out before the eyes and ears of the entire world, citing the destruction left behind and the deaths of more than 460 children. The Palestinians have threatened to join the Hague-based International Criminal Court to allow legal action to be taken against Israel. The U.S. State Department reacted with a tersely worded statement, saying the speech would undermine peace efforts. President Abbas' speech today included offensive characterizations that were deeply disappointing and which we reject, said spokeswoman Jen Psaki. Such provocative statements are counterproductive and undermine efforts to create a positive atmosphere and restore trust between the parties, she said. The war ended on late August when the two sides agreed in Cairo on a ceasefire and to hold future talks on Palestinian demands to end an 8-year blockade of Gaza. In his speech, Abbas also said he will seek a UN resolution to set a deadline for Israel to pull out of Palestinian lands captured in the 1967 war. He included no deadline for ending the occupation.
That's all news we have for you today. Thank you for watching. Until next time, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.